Last year, I spoke to a Kenyan-born but Stokey-based fighter called Erick the Soaring Eagle Ochieng. He pulled off a great big shock a few weeks after I spoke to him, so I'd like to think I brought him a bit of luck. He's still winning, still getting closer to something, and it's a delight and a pleasure to welcome the young light middleweight here to the studio. Erick, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
Thank you. That's your English title belt, isn't it?
That's correct, yes.
So that's a lovely belt there. It's a glorious leather belt. It's got the lion on it. It's got the rose, the flag. It's terrific. Now, you won that last weekend.
Actually, I was defending it.
Defending it? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. That was against, was it AA Low?
That's correct.
There's a little bit of needle in that fight, wasn't there? He's quite a good talker, AA Low, isn't he?
He's quite good. I mean, he's a strong lad as well, you know.
But no problem for you as such.
No problem. It was a successful defense.
It was. Now, so where'd you go from here, Erick? Because it was a year ago. You'd had 5 or 6 fights. Then you did a good job. You know when Liam Cameron was the kid, you went up to Sheffield to fight, didn't you?
Correct, yeah.
And of course he was unbeaten.
That's correct.
9 ABA champion and a bit of a star. Yeah. And you took his scalp.
Yeah.
You not looked back since. You're cruising.
I went to his backyard.
You did go to his backyard.
And took care of business. And from there, then I fought. What's his name? I fought Quigley.
Quigley. Nick Quigley for the belt, Bethnal Green, early this year, and then Low last time out. Now you're still training at Johnny Eames's mad Canning Town gym, TKO gym.
That's right. That's where we are at the moment. Yes.
It's still a fun old place, isn't it? Still full of boxers, full of fighters, full of sparrers.
Yeah, definitely. There's a great fighters. Fighters come from there. Billy Joe Saunders trains there. Yeah. Other great fighters, and we get a lot of sparrings there. Very, very good gym.
Yeah, I would have thought sometimes there you need to say no to sparring. There's always, so if you're just ticking over between fights and you're not really ready for hefty sparring, but there's so many fighters and potential.
Definitely. I mean, the other day, I just went to the gym just to take over, and there's a guy said, "Yeah, I've been watching you. Do you want to jump in the ring and start sparring?" I said, "No.
I've just had a fight. Leave me alone."
Exactly. So, there's a lot of fighters, and you just the right time you have to get back on the gym. Yeah, so it's going well.
And Johnny, it's Johnny's gym. There's all sorts of people there, but really the man that runs it is the man with the long hair, Rio. He runs the gym, doesn't he, Rio?
Definitely, Rio is the man. He gets everything done. Gets the interviews, gets you on the TV, and he done great work. Yeah. Rio is the man.
So, Erick, are you working still? Are you working, or are you just boxing full time?
Full time. I'm full time boxing.
And is it tough that way?
Yeah, it's tough. At the beginning, up and coming, but it's paying off.
It's gonna start to pay off better.
Definitely, when you put 110% in the training and you get out. I'm saying, what you sow is what you reap. So I've been dedicated, staying focused.
Well, you live in Stoke Newington way, Hackney, Stoke Newington.
That's correct, Stoke Newington.
Now, within your area, how long have you lived in where you live?
Wow, Stoke Newington, I've been there for 6 years.
So people there knew you before you boxed as a professional, okay?
Correct.
So you started to win. Are you starting to get a bit of publicity locally? I mean, can you go out to the Turkish restaurants with your belt on, get a free kebab? Because I would if I had that belt. I'd be eating free kebabs all the time. I'd be fat as a barrel. I would.
Yeah, I mean, people recognise, when I walk to the gym, congratulating, well done, champ. The other day I walked to the shop. I say, "Yeah, how did you get on?" I say, "I won." I say, "Yeah, well done." So the popularity is I'm getting known as time goes on.
And are you you're the sort of fighter that does work, go up and down the shops, giving them pictures of yourself and all that, and making them know who you are?
Exactly. Yeah.
So self-publicity, nothing wrong with that, boy.
Yeah, that's what I do. Obviously, sometimes when my fight's not shown on TV, I give them, the copy of the fight. I say, wow, the kid can fight, and just building the fan base, and the fan base is growing. We had a lot of people came out to Nottingham.
Brilliant.
And the fan base is just rising and soaring.
But you're fairly entertaining as well, aren't you? If a little bit reckless, because you are a little, you're quite entertaining. You don't mind having a fight, do you?
I was, in the amateurs, I was more like. They used to call me reckless.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, you give headaches to the people that work with you. That's a compliment. Don't worry, but you do.
Obviously, now I'm known as the eagle. And the eagle is soaring to new dimensions.
Yeah, I call it the soaring eagle because there's obviously the Albanian eagle, Chato, who I was with. I had him on my other show last night. He's a nice boy. You're nice. But what about weight-wise? You're light middle.
Right.
Can you? I mean, is that where you're going to be? What? Yeah, 25 now. Is that what you can do? Will you be at light middle now for good, or can you go up? Can you go down?
I mean, no, I can't go down. I mean, right now I can make light middleweight.
Yeah.
The highest I go is 11.5.
Yeah, cool.
If I go over 11.5, I feel like I gotta hit the road.
It's sluggish.
Yeah. So right now, obviously, focus on light middleweight. We're looking to get the British, the Commonwealth on the light middleweight and move up to the European. So right now I see myself as light middleweight. I don't struggle with it.
And when you look at the light middleweights that are around, I mean, Ryan Rhodes the best, but someday he's got to retire, hasn't he, Ryan? He's been around forever. But the rest of them, you'd fancy having a go.
Definitely.
As such.
Even like you got Brian Rose. He's a current champion, British
nice
champion.
fighter, but you'd look at him and think, I could beat him.
Definitely, I know I can beat him. I was meant to fight him when he had the English title, and that's when he got offered to fight Prince Aaron, and he actually won it. Yeah. So I'm not away from the British or the Commonwealth. I'm overdue.
You're there now. It's a bit like I just had Curtis Woodhouse on, the light welterweight,
right?
And I was talking to him about Darren Hamilton, and he said the same thing. He said, "I'll take it tomorrow." So you'd do the same with Brian Rose. You'd take that tomorrow.
Definitely. I'll take it without missing a beat. Once the phone ring.
But you can't take fights that don't make sense because you're a winner now.
Definitely.
You're not a late sub man now.
Definitely, without doubt. I got a good manager, Brian Lawrence.
Yeah. Brian's a good guy. He's a nice guy.
And he's doing what is need to be done. And we are moving sensibly now. Yeah. As we got Eddie Ann as my promoter. Yeah. So we got a good team.
More than that, Eric, you're still young in boxing years, mate. You know what I mean by that, don't you? You're 25, you're still a baby.
Exactly. I mean, 11 fights. Think about it. 11 fights, and it's just still growing and landing low under Brian Lawrence.
And what about your social life? I mean, do you live with your mum? You live with a partner? Where do you live? You live, what's your life? What's a day in the life of Erick the Soaring Eagle Ochieng like? You get up in the morning, okay, it's 8 o'clock, you haven't got to go running. What happens in your life, Erick? This is your life, you tell me now.
Okay, in the day, it depends what day.
Yeah, okay.
I wake up, have a breakfast, live with my mom at the moment.
Good.
Chat to my friends on the phone, chat to my girlfriend.
Yeah, of course. What's her name?
Chido.
She local girl? Like local? She live near you?
She don't live local.
Okay.
She's beautiful though.
That's good. Yeah. That's what you need to say in case she's listening on the download tomorrow, bro.
Love you, Chido, if you're listening.
Good. That's it. Plenty of that. I love my wife too. You got to say that all the time. All the time. Keep saying it. So go on. So you've spoken to your girlfriend. Your mum's cooked you some breakfast. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. What are you up to? This is when you're not boxing. This is when you're relaxing.
Relaxing. You know what? I love reading. You take time. Read my book. It depends what book I'm reading. So I love reading.
Do you like any particular type of books, or do you just like?
I like motivation books.
Oh, okay.
I read motivation books, and also read my Bible.
Yeah, I knew. I feel you might be religious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a born again believer. Love Jesus Christ. So yeah, I spend time obviously reading my Bible, and I like motivation books. Different.
What about relaxing? What does the Eagle do to relax? I mean, do you go to the cinema? Do you like to play pool? Do you go and play basketball? Or actually, are you married really to the gym?
I like to play pool. Sometimes ice skating.
Okay.
Though I took a couple of drops before.
Yeah, you don't really saw it. It's Erick the Crash went on the ice, and tell the truth. It's Erick the my bum's wet from the ice water. Yeah.
I fancy cinema.
Okay.
Last time I was in cinema, I was watching the White Snow and the Hitman, the Hunter.
Oh yeah, the Snow White and the Hunter.
Yeah, Snow White and the Hunter.
There's lots of, the dwarfs.
Yeah.
The two of those dwarfs were really good fighters. Two of them. One's a guy called John Harris, who we've had on the show, who was a top amateur, and one's a guy called Ray Winston, who was also a top amateur. And they were for many years ago, they were both very good amateur boxers.
Wow.
Both from London, see?
Yeah, awesome.
So, but you don't know that in the film because they're only short.
I could tell they're good fighters.
Listen, in the film they're good fighters. So what are your Olympic plans? You're living in Stoke Newington, Hackney. You're not a million miles from the Olympics. Have you got any tickets?
You know what? Actually, not yet. Yeah, you have to sort me out. We gotta.
Eric, listen, I will, bro. But
Yeah.
I don't want to say it too loud, but I'll see if I can get you into the boxing 1 or 2 nights.
That would be awesome.
And,
you know,
and hold me to that. Don't be embarrassed. Make sure you chase me through Rio.
I'll definitely. I got you. I'll hold you one on that.
You bring your belt along, and I'll get you in 1 night or 2 nights. Yeah, definitely. I hate the idea that it'll be all these boxers from London who will be watching the boxing from less than 2 miles away.
And actually, it's like on my doorstep as well.
Yeah, I'm going to try and take in 2 boxing guests a day. And if I upset the BOA and the IOC, so what? Listen, Eric, it's been a pleasure having you in. I've got to get 1 or 2 more people up on the line. So if we get someone else up on the line, it's been great coming in. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I want to give. You know, I want to give big thanks to my supporters, you know, and my sponsors. You know, I got Addison Lee, I got Glenn Insurance, Box Fair, and also King Apparel. You know, these guys are supporting me, and you know, friends and family. You know, Mavi Kato, and there's a lot of people supporting me. You know,
all you got to do, I know this from seeing you and talking to people. You just got to keep your head down and just do what you got to do. Stick there, keep your head down. Don't lose sight of what it is. Keep training hard. It's a few more years of sacrifice. Then the good times.
Yeah, you know that.
I mean, it's that simple. If you're a good fighter, you keep your head down, you get there. You want to work hard. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's about sacrifice, man. It's about years out of your life. And you'll do it. You've got 1 or 2 things going for you. Your mum's there. You've got a nice girl. You've got yourself a religion that you like and it suits you. Erick Ochieng, it's been an absolute delight and a pleasure having you in the studio. You are a top man, and I really mean that. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Speed.
No, listen, if you want to just go, you can
God
just
bless.
go.
Thanks.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Godspeed going home. Take your time. See, I like getting. I see. You know, last week we had Carl Frotch on. Don't get much bigger than that. And now the week before, now we got this kid on. See you later, Eric. Top man. Erick Ochieng, if you get a chance, if you see him on TV sometime, watch him. He's entertaining. He's a nice kid. And listen, he lives with his mum. He's a lovely boy, as they say. Now, a few